KRISTINA'S WORLD OMG!
Hi, I'm Christina from KRISTINA'S WORLD OMG, and I am reporting Kali from Victoria Advocate.
Hi.
When did you become a reporter?
Let's see. Well, I started working at the Advocate about 2 years ago, and I studied journalism at UT in Austin, but I've been reporting for about maybe 6 or 7 years.
What made you decide to become a reporter?
I like asking a lot of questions. I'm curious. When you're a reporter, you get to interview all kinds of different people and kind of walk in different people's shoes. And I think it's important for people to be informed.
Do you like being a reporter?
I do. It's hard sometimes. Sometimes the scheduling, we work really weird hours, but it's really fun. I feel like you get to have a lot of different life experiences, and in a way you almost get to live in multiple people's shoes while you're doing work and reporting.
What are your hobbies?
I really like to cook. I wish I was a better gardener, because that would be one of them. I have a miniature schnauzer, so I spend a lot of time walking my dog, playing with my dog, and I like music, I like fishing and hunting. Grew up fishing and hunting.
Wow. How do you manage the stress of tight deadlines?
Tight deadlines. I'm still trying to figure that out. I think trying not to procrastinate and trying to always remember there's always going to be a deadline every day. But if you try and do everything as early as possible, it's not as stressful when it comes down to the last 5 or 10 minutes before you have to turn in a story and know that it's going to go to print the next day.
Can you tell me about your current stories you are covering?
There's a lot. Let's see. Well, right now I'm working on a profile that my colleague Emery, who you've met, our photo chief, we've been working on it for a while, and it's about unemployment during the pandemic. That's going to publish pretty soon. I'm also working on some environmental stories about some business that's coming into Calhoun County and other areas. And of course the pandemic is consuming a lot of coverage, so there's probably going to be quite a few more stories in that realm coming out this coming week that I'll work on.
Could you share some examples of your best work?
My best work. I have done about 3 really big stories in the last year. I wouldn't say they're the happiest stories, to be honest. I wrote one story, 2 of them are both crime related. So I wrote one story about the Victoria County Jail and another about a school district employee in Victoria. And they were both investigative stories, and they're probably the ones that I'm most proud of.
How often do you use social media in your work as a reporter?
That's a good question. I use Facebook a lot when you're covering rural communities, because Facebook is really big in rural communities. And I use Twitter a lot for state and national and international news.
What technology do you use to help tell stories?
Well, as you mentioned, social media is a good one. In terms of the stuff we use out in the fields, obviously our phones, sometimes we'll record audio or video on our phones, or we'll use cameras for both, videos and photos. And I carry a recorder usually for audio too. And there's a lot of different softwares for data visualization, which gets a little complicated, but it helps people visualize numbers and recognize trends in them.
What message do you want to send to everyone?
To subscribe to their local newspaper.
Okay.
Those are some good questions.
Thanks for letting me do this interview on you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for watching.